Hey world, welcome to 9 Minutes Motivation at 9 a.m. I am Deepak here and my life is beautiful and stay on top of it because I work as special. EGO, ego, amazing word. It's a lot of people say it's a bad thing, you should not have ego in life and this and that. I have my own understandings about ego. A lot of understandings are there. I will speak in one perspective today. So ego is a double-edged sword. As much as it can cut the other, it can also cut yourself. I think ego is very important in life. A lot of people say you should not have ego. I think you should have ego. How you process ego, how you work with ego, and how you work in ego. That clarity, if you have, I think ego is a great advantage. Ego is a great tool. Ego is a great weapon, or ego is a great maybe attitude with which you can actually succeed in life. So there are two perspectives. I'll give it to you here. One perspective, two ways. When I have ego, I should have this clarity. I have ego. I have tremendous amount of ego. All of you would have known by this time, right? A lot of ego. But that ego I use in my performance. I use in try to prove I'm the best to myself, not to the world. Even if you take it to the world also. Ego gives you that competitive edge. Ego gives you that I want to be the best. I want to be the number one. So ego has a place in your life, but it should be there in the workplace. When I say workplace, in the work, if I am doing some work, it has to be foolproof. It has to be uh, no mistakes. It should be the best. So ego is in context with your work, your performance, the way you think, the way you live your life, including your behavior. Uh, I will relate with people like everybody will like me. Everybody will fall in love with me. I should have that ego. So ego I should have for myself. Problem here is we bring ego with others. We get ego involved with others. That is dangerous. That cuts both of them. They're also you also. We getting ego. How dare you talk to me like that? You know who I am, but now you're hurting the other also, and you're also getting hurt in the process. So that ego is bad. So I will give a simple formula. Not easy to do that, but I think that's what I have um, practiced. Not completely, but yes, I still can give myself good amount of marks. I'll give myself around 8 to between 8 and 8.5 to myself. On what basis you give? मेरा मूड है मैं कैसे भी बोल सकता है मेरा जिंदगी I know more better than anybody else. Ego for yourself, love for others. When you have this formula, when you have this clarity, I think not only you will become better and better as a person, you also will have amazing people relationship in your life because I only have shared with all of you. When ego comes, everything goes. Everything goes means the people will go, relationship will go, loved ones will go away from you because we get ego with our people. We don't get ego with people. We should have ego for ourselves. I am the best. How can I do this mistake? How can I be ordinary? I want to be the greatest of all. And that ego, no, is I'm somebody in my life. I want to become somebody in my life. I deserve it. I think I'm God's special creation, and you should have that ego. Uh, but bordering on high amount of arrogance also is okay at times. And the way sometimes when you see recent IPL, I've seen the way Virat Kohli plays. So he plays with that. Hey, I play the best. Even the Shubman Gill, if you see, he doesn't speak much, but if you see his attitude, the way he bats, the way he stands on the crease, he carries certain amount of, uh, I won't even say pride. It's something like ego. I will score, no matter who is the opponent, no matter what the pitch, no matter what the condition. And you can see that same in Dhoni also. So many players. And that ego actually helps you to grow a lot because you start expecting a lot from yourself because you want to score 100 out of 100. You want to be number one. You want to be the topper. You want to be the best. And that ego actually creates you. When you have ego with yourself, you get ego involved with yourself. How can I be just like that? How can I just have an ordinary day? I'm made for bigger things in life, extraordinary things in life. And that ego actually will make you grow in life. Then it will make you do things which you never thought you could do it. And love for others. Love for others. Because you realize after when you start growing at tremendous speed with your ego, everybody cannot do things the way you are able to do. You should have that compassion for people. You should have that love for people. And they still want to relate with. It's not easy to relate with somebody who is a growing human being who's an when I say growing human being, I'm talking about in terms of results and performances and status and positions and wealth and all these things. It's very difficult to relate with these people. And then when you are growing with tremendous amount of speed because of your ego, which wants to accomplish every possible impossibility and all that, you definitely will have success. You definitely will have wealth. You definitely will have a lot of money. You'll have a lot of position, status, and then still to relate with you, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. For example, somebody is, you take any example. You think it's going to be easy for anybody to, if suppose you have friendship with Dhoni and he gets, it's not easy. Let's not get into the time in ये बात करने के लिए. Think about you are friend of Narendra Modi or you have relationship with Narendra Modi and you relate with him regularly. You think it's going to be easy to relate with Narendra Modi? It's not going to be easy. So when you have ego and that helps you to grow, I think at the same time you should be able to have compassion towards people. They are not able to, or they are not doing whatever it may, but it's still relating with me because without people, what will you do? Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the former prime minister of this country, said in one of his beautiful poems that, God, why would you make such a beautiful flower out of me and then keep me on the top of the mountain, absolutely alone, lonely? I have no one to be with, and the entire garden is there on the base of the mountain, at the foot of the mountain. Why would you make such a beautiful flower out of me and keep me on the top of the mountain? It's very lonely when you have ego, and your ego definitely should help you. Basically, the whole crux of the entire 9-minute motivation is have ego, which is required in life. You can't people without ego, you can't help them to grow. People who don't have ego, just try it because the one who does not have ego, you can't motivate him. You can't negative motivation does not work. Positive motivation it doesn't work because they think it's okay now. How does it matter? So many people are like that only. Nothing will happen. So it's very difficult. So people who are ego, actually it is easy to transform them because you just trigger their ego, no, or they want to prove, they want to make it big in life, they want to prove everybody in the world wrong. Direction is not right, but I think if you can understand this and make sure we should have ego. I have ego with myself. I get ego involved with myself. How can I do like that? At the same time, I realize in all these years, from where I started 25 years ago and today, how I'm growing as a person. Still have a long way to go, but still I've seen a lot of people in the journey still back, and I have only compassion for them, love for them, people who are around me, from my family to my office people, everybody. They still love me, and I feel so grateful to them that with all my ego, they still love me. And I only want to practice love with them, compassion with them. So, ego with yourself, love with others is the message for the day. Here we go together. Guys, go get set and grow.